All right, on to our next guest. Kris, how are you?
Hey, Ray.
Kris Buchanan, the founder of 1051. It was at one point good on you.
Yeah, it still is good on you a little bit. We have the cafe.
Oh, very cool.
So we're located at 1051 South Coast Highway. So
Okay.
we're kind of tying the whole brand together.
So good on you, 1051. What is it you guys do?
We make an organic electrolyte drink, really focusing on minerals. So we have about 70 different trace minerals in the product, not your typical, sodium, magnesium, potassium, like a lot of sports drinks do. So we're kind of focusing on the mineral angle.
Yeah. Very, very tough category, the sports drink category. You've got an organic beverage and organic brands. Who are you trying to market to? I mean, there's specific consumer subsets, within that category. Is there one that you're specifically targeting?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a journey figuring that out. When we first started, we were a better for you Gatorade, and we realized that Gatorade drinkers really didn't care about that. And then people that were on the natural shoppers, you said that word or said sport drink, and they kind of really turned off by it. So we started to look a little bit deeper and realize, our ingredients are really amazing. They really, really work. They're harvested from one of the oldest lakes on the planet. It's like a prehistoric lake. And so it's a very well-rounded mineral drink. And it's really what nature provides. So we're going after that shopper who's educated, who, will spend $3 for a drink and really cares about what they put in their body. So it's a typical natural shopper.
A typical natural shopper. So natural channel is really where you're aiming.
Yeah, we've always been there. We've been there with our bar, and it's kind of part of our DNA. But we know that this mainstream movement is happening, and moms want it. And we had a Costco run. We did really, really well in Costco, and that's where we learned a lot of our information. So we've retweaked the branding, and we went a little bit too far down the natural channel branding with our second iteration. And so we brought it back a little bit to be a little bit more mainstream and hopefully catch a wider group, but really build it in Southern California where we're from and focus there.
So, you mentioned the revamp from Good On You. What did you learn in your first, year in the beverage industry? What are some of the key learning lessons that you can share with some of our new entrepreneurs?
Just focusing, you hear that inch deep and a mile wide. Yeah. Because we were a bar with Whole Foods, we got into a bunch of regions for them, but obviously it was really hard to support our brand in Chicago and in Denver and all over the place when we're from San Diego. Luckily, it stayed on the shelf. I mean, it's just kind of indicative that people are looking for an electrolyte drink that is quality. There's not very many that are out there that's also low in sugar. So I would just say focus, and that's what we're doing now. We have a new team, new money, new brand, and we're focusing really diving deep into Southern California.
I remember last year, I think it was Janie Hoffman who introduced me to you, and she's a big fan of your brand, a big fan of you in particular. How do you build that that sort of mentor network, and who are the people that are in your mentor network that you can rely on for advice and for help?
I'm really lucky. I mean, San Diego's a hotbed for food companies, and I think the natural channel in general. There's a lot of people who are just really giving with their time, and Janie's one. Danielle, the CEO of Nutso, is another one. And I guess it's just by being really authentic and who you are and not being afraid to ask for help. Because I did ask, and they were there. They're just super helpful. You wouldn't think so because they're so busy, and but they're there. That's great.
A lot of people to talk to here as well. Coming to BevNet Live, for a lot of folks, they'll say, "Oh, okay, it's tough to get out there. It's expensive." They'll have a lot of reasons. But what are you getting out of this that you really feel like is sort of worth the time and investment?
I love listening to the success stories, and just listening to other founders and CEOs of brands, like the watermelon water.
Everyone keeps mentioning that.
Well, it's such a polished brand, and she does such a good job that it's great to see it all laid out because you get snippets of it. So when you come here, things are very well presented, and you just get to immerse yourself into other brands and just learn, and that's what's so great about it.
Well, I really hope that you got a lot out of this particular show, and I really wish you a lot of success, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.
Yep. See you next year for sure.
All right. Thanks so much, Kris. All right. This is Kris Buchanan, 1051, a great sports drink brand, and that brings us to the end of the Livestream Lounge at BevNet Live Winter 2016, sponsored by CMI. I'm Ray Latif, the managing editor. I really appreciate you all being with us. It means a lot to me, and I really want to thank our team, our Livestream Lounge team, who has been tremendous throughout the past 2 days. So thanks, everyone.